Blood, Sweat and Dance is an honest, raw interpretation of what it takes to be a dancer and why we dance.
That's kind of what it's all about. The audience going, he is absolutely destroying himself for our entertainment, and that is the life of a dancer.
This was a tough task to do because the show is massive and it's a really hard show in a lot of different styles. So I wanted versatile dancers, but also had the fire to want to learn, to want to be a great dancer. The show starts with this amazing raw contemporary number that moves into a full-on hip-hop tutting section. But then at the end of the show we have this beautiful passionate tango and a 1940s soft shoe, you know, Fred Astaire kind of number. And then we've got in the middle, we've got then jumping around on mats with the elastic wrapped around them. And so there's all sorts of things going on there. We've had plenty of sweat and we've had little bits of blood. There's been blood, yeah, actually there's been a lot of blood as well. It comes with the job.
There's so many challenges physically, emotionally, mentally we've experienced here in the rehearsal room, which makes everything to do with our characters so much more real because we've worked our butts off and we've got the bruises and the cuts and the blood and everything to show for it. I do a thing where I kind of go off balance and spin and catch myself on the floor. And I guess I just didn't really catch myself that well. So I just slammed it into the floor quite hard. By the time I got home, it was bleeding, it was fat. It was really fine. I'm just happy it's my nose and I can dance without my nose being 100%, so that's fine.
I think the audiences are ready for this kind of show and to see behind the curtains of what it is to be a dancer. We've had a lot of dance shows on TV that have exposed what dancers really go through, and so I thought this was a great opportunity to bring the audience into the dancer's world, to really see what we do.
You go to see a normal dance show, it's dance and you've got to kind of maybe sometimes figure out what's going on. We're trying to blatantly, obviously, tell them this is what's happening so that they can sit there and enjoy it and just be overwhelmed with each emotion, whether that be happiness or love or sadness.
Doing a dance piece with a narrative and actually telling a full-on story with just dance is really difficult. But that's something I was really passionate about. I remember I was in a class and I remember saying to them, I said, I think it's possible to tell full stories with your body without using your words. And at that point, that's when it really hit home that that's what I wanted to do. You might not think this, but dancers, like good dancers, have to be good actors because for dancing to be honest, it's got to come from a real place.
When I graduated from full-time, I went straight into So You Think You Can Dance, which was a crazy experience, and not many people get that chance. So I definitely think that my career has been an exception to the rule because usually people work for years and years and years before they get their big break.
I've been told that this kind of production is the first for the Gold Coast, like just doing a big dance show has never been done here on the Gold Coast, which is quite a shock and it's a little bit sad. I don't think there is any full-time dance company here that I know of. There's lots of dance schools and there's lots of potential, but myself and every dancer that I know that grew up here on the Gold Coast has had to move away to become a professional dancer because there's no work here. So it's been a big dream for me. I've always wanted to be a choreographer. So in the dancing scene, I get to be right on the edge and I get to create and to generate work for all these professional dancers and still live on the Gold Coast.
I believe that there are so many hidden talents that you see at the end of our show as well. Very young kids that are coming up that I wish that everyone that wanted to do this could. And so stuff like building this show and hopefully touring it and showing other people is starting to build that culture of dance and give more opportunities to kids that are coming up because these guys are crazy.